Hey everybody, it's me, Pam, Dragon Moon Creations. Welcome back to my channel. It seems that whenever I want to get inspired about something, I go back to making cards. And these did not turn out exactly how I thought they would, but I did use this sketch from Sheetload of Cards from Call Me Crafty Owl, and it was the special 5x7 cards. Now, I have a lot of 5x7 card bases. I have a lot of pre-made card bases and envelopes. So I wanted to use up some of that. The last cards I was actually making the cards from bases from cardstock, which is what this recommends to do here. But I thought, well, 5x7, I have them, I'm going to use them. And I had a bunch of the craft color 5x7 card bases and envelopes. So I took this sketch and it makes 12. So yeah, I made 12. You use up 2 of your pattern papers. So if you were trying to use some of your pattern papers, this one uses 2 and it's a 5x7. Now it also says 18 sheets of solid cardstock. Yeah, maybe, but not using the cardstock for bases, which took 12 sheets, so I only used 6 sheets of cardstock, and not even that for one of them, because I was able to do some scraps. So anyway, that, and I used paper out of this paper pad. It's called Joy Fall Gathering. Instead of Joyful, it's Joy Fall Gathering. The paper's not real thick, but it's not real thin either. I don't know, it doesn't even have a pound on it. This is a 2019 paper pad. I did not pay $21.99 for it. I know I did not. It was probably in 2019 they were still doing 50% off of Paper Studio, so I probably paid half of that. So the papers that I use, see, this is just not even, to me, that's not even fall. I feel like there's something under there. Okay, and there's 3 sheets of each one because it's not real thick. I mean, it's pretty. Got those teals in it. I used one of these, and I used, see, it's got a lot of that Moroccan-inspired stuff. And I used one of those, so I used that and that. And I used paper out of this Park Lane. It was the orange, and probably shouldn't have used it. And I used, let's see, hang on. I used some out of this Spice Market, and it was a partial sheet of this, and I had some scraps laying over here, so I was able to make some out of that. And I used just the Paper Studios cream color cardstock. I never pay full price for cardstock. It always has to be on sale. All right, so this is what I made. Oh wait, there's one more thing. And then I bought these recently. There was 2 packages of these stickers. I think it was in fall, was 40% off, and those are the only 2 I have left. There was 2 packages of them. 9 pieces in each one, and I only had two left in the one package, so I can throw this one away. And I'm sure I bought those this year. I think they were 2023. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, this was the first ones that well, not the first ones, but I made these, and these are, they're modified. Oh, and I used a die. This is a die. I modified it right off the bat because you're only supposed to use this one background. And the one. And to me, it just left too much of that blank space, about a ½ inch all the way around. So that's where I put another layer of the cream around it. And I inked the edges of the cream with Vintage Photo. Yeah. And it was a dark green, and anyway, so I modified it a little bit, and you can put the image or the sentiment there, and I just used those stickers, and I used the big ones. These were all the big ones. Now, to make these here, I actually cut that out of it. It was excuse me, I burped. It was a pretty, oh, I know what it was. The leaves started out being this color. And then I inked them all down. I cut out 12 of them. I cut out of this bright yellow. And then I inked them all down with Vintage Photo. And then I inked them down with, this one, Archival Monarch Orange. And then I inked them down with the Archival ink Olive. That's what I inked them all down with. Got them all back here. Ugh, okay. So I kind of layered the colors because I knew that, you know, fall leaves are not bright yellow, but I didn't know what else to do, and they're all different. So that was those. Okay. And then I did a big boo-boo. I used that orange background, and it did not turn out well at all. I didn't like the way it turned out. And let's throw those back. And on some of these, I used the smaller of the stickers, and I used 2 of them. This one I used 2. This one I used 2. This one I used 2, and this one I used 2. But I also inked this with Vintage Photo, the orange, to try to tone it down a little bit. But I kind of like the ones with that have the chew on them. Oh, and I lined them just with the cream color cardstock. This was also cream color, and I used it was a circle that had, you know me, I'm not prepared. I got these off of, I forget if it was Timu or Ali, and I used that circle right there. It was like 3 1/4. You're supposed to use a 3-inch, but I used a 3 1/4 one. And it's got like these, it's got the dots, and it's got like a torn edge. So you get like the stitching and the torn edge around it too. Let me see if you can see that. And then I inked them because they were the cream color and they were too in your face. So I inked those. So, and they all have my stamp on the back. Anyway, that was my cards for this time. And I have a dozen of them. And I thought about probably donating some of these to the, we actually have a glass museum in my town, because way back in the 60s, 70s, and even 80s, I don't know how long the glass factories were here. We actually produced the glass, the molten glass, and we had glass blowers here. And everybody worked at the glass factory, because they had, I think they were 2 or 3 shifts, at least 2, possibly 3 shifts a day. 24 hours probably of making glass around the clock. And then all of that shut down for some, I couldn't even tell you the story of why it shut down. But anyway, in town we have a glass museum, and it's called the West Virginia Museum of American Glass. And I thought I would give them some cards maybe to fundraise. They do pretty well. It's a tourist attraction for the county. And but they have some really, I mean, they have glass from everywhere in the United States. And also West Virginia, some of the glass that was produced right here in our little town Weston in Lewis County, West Virginia. It actually ended up in the White House, so, at one time. So, you know, it was big. Glass was big. Just a little history lesson of my small town and county. But we had glass factories all over the state of West Virginia. I don't know why. You know, glass is what? Sand and silica and heat. But on top of coal, we produced a lot of the glass for the country and overseas. So anyway, those are my cards, and very fall colored, and I think I may make some more cards. It seems to help me think about other things that I want to make, believe it or not. Alright, everybody, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Bye.